Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Akaash's World. Whether you're here from my TikTok, my Instagram, or just stumbled across this video on YouTube, I am excited to meet all of y'all and we're just gonna do some fun makeup as I introduce myself to y'all. My hair is long, so we're putting on that headband. And this is my first YouTube video, kind of nerve-wracking because I've never posted on YouTube. I'm still learning all of this, but yeah. So just cut me some slack if some stuff goes wrong. But so today I'm going to be using all of my favorite products. We're going to start with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. This is probably my favorite primer of all time. I actually wanted to make more like long form videos. It's been on my list of things to do. I just felt like it was a lot more time consuming and stuff than just posting on TikTok and meeting people there. But you know, I thought if I don't do it now, when else am I going to do it? And yeah. I'm gonna go with this NYX Pro Fix stick as kind of like my color corrector because I do have this mustache area and I love to color correct it because I don't like when it shows up. I know some people do, not a big fan. Just to introduce myself, my name is Akaash. I'm a very, very passionate makeup enthusiast. I'm currently a college student, but I was posting videos on TikTok, just trying out all that makeup and stuff because it is kind of my passion. I've done really fun looks. I've used so much. Really just kind of wanted to share with people, whether that was like showing off my looks, you know, educating or just kind of talking to people about it because the beauty community I feel like is so vast. A tip I tell everyone on my TikToks is set color corrector with the powder. So I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Tilbury powder and you just want to set it here because otherwise it will mix it with the foundation. All-time favorite foundation is the Haus Labs Triglycerin Skin Tech Foundation. I love this thing. I bought it when it first came out. I was kind of new to makeup back then and I really never stopped buying it because like it's just so good. It's actually one of the few foundations I think I've repurchased because I've tried so many out that I'm like I never need to buy another foundation, but with this one I knew I needed to refill when I was out of it. I even have their brush. As I was saying though, I really saw like an opening in this vast beauty community, and that was especially true for like South Asian men because, you know, I started getting into makeup and I was learning mainly online. I'm like completely self-taught and I was really learning how makeup works, and I found like all of the videos I was watching, it was never like actually someone like teaching me like how I looked. It was more just I'm watching other people do it and I'm like adapting it to my technique. So no one really taught me how I cover up my mustache if I didn't want it. No one really taught me like how to find a good shade match for more on like the medium to tan skin. That was all kind of just stuff I had to figure out on my own. And you know, makeup can just be such an overwhelming experience when you first get in. Like there are so many brands, so many products, and no one really guides you. Like that's a Sephora website, y'all. Crazy. I wanted to like kind of fill that gap and teach people how to do their makeup and just like review products and all that. I remember there was like a quote from someone that was like, you might not see someone who looks like you, but you'll have to be that person. It might have been Lizzo, which she's controversial. I always think back to that quote because it's like, that's kind of how I was feeling. Like I really feel like I really felt like underrepresented in the beauty community, and that's why I really thought like if I can make any small difference, here I am. The way this foundation just like soaks into the skin though, it's like so gorgeous. I can't. Also, this mirror is from Glamlight. I know a lot of people are always obsessed with this mirror, but just look at how like natural and stunning that is. It's so pretty. Seriously, there is no other foundation quite like it. I'm gonna use the Kulfi Beauty Main Match Concealer. This is probably one of my favorite concealers. I also love Kulfi Beauty, very important to me because they are a South Asian owned brand. Them and Live Tinted I think are like one of the few only mainstream ones, and that it means a lot to me because they kind of broke through the barriers in the beauty industry, and obviously I want to support them. Concealer I really like to brighten, so I always put on the forehead, the nose, and then as I said, I do cover my mustache area because I'm not too big a fan of it. But back to introducing me, I am a film, TV, and advertising major, so lots of different fields, and quite frankly, I am very, very busy most of the time. I have also been trying to get more involved within the beauty industry, and part of that is sharing my looks, which has always been something a little bit scary to me. But this past year in January, I actually started posting on TikTok, and it was pretty well received. Like, you know, there's hate comments there and now and then. Sometimes I can't speak, I'm sorry. But you know, there's like hate comments now and then, but you know, like you get used to it. I did meet so many nice people, and I really just loved sharing my looks. And it originally started as actually like a blog for film, music, and stuff because I am very passionate about that. But it kind of just turned into more about makeup because I realized that's what I was enjoying posting the most, and it just made more sense to have like more niche content. I will say though, TikTok's shorter videos always limited me, and I always was thinking like if I go to YouTube, I can make a much longer video where I can actually like rant like this and I don't have to cut myself while speaking. And I'm kind of excited. Like this is new to me that I can just like speak to y'all this much and actually be more of myself instead of like cutting it out, because even like reels and YouTube shorts, 60 seconds, that is not enough time for me to review a full product for y'all. So maybe here I'm excited to start this journey. since this is like the makeup video, is I always like to take a damp sponge and press all of that foundation in, and even with concealer, just kind of blend out any creases. This will really help like push that foundation into the skin, and if there's any excess product, it will go on the sponge, melt everything together. My favorite cream bronzer is the Rare Beauty bronzer. I have this in the shade Always Sunny. This is so pretty, and it's so easy to use also, which is why my favorite. I'm not too much of a bronzer person, so I kind of just do it in the typical like 3 shape. And yeah, I mean, some people go like bronze to the gods, which good for them, but that is not personally. I like a little bit more of a subtle one, which I don't like subtle for anything else pretty much in makeup except bronzer. But since we're on Miss Selena in Rare Beauty, I was gonna tell y'all my favorite artist. I'm a huge Swiftie. She will always be #1 for me, which some people might not be happy about that, but you know, I hid my love for Taylor Swift for so long that I'm like, I'm not doing that again, even for social media. I also love Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Olivia Rodrigo, Megan Thee Stallion is amazing. Maren Morris and Casey Musgraves are kind of my like country people, even though they're not super country now. And Tate McRae is also amazing. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Like seriously, I have a lot of artists I love, but I have like, I would say Taylor's always one, and then yeah, it kind of goes from there. Favorite cream blush, I know it's gonna sound repetitive, but it truly is like the Rare Beauty one. This is in the shade Resilience. It was like that Only Murders collab they did. This is just my favorite. I've never found one I liked better than it. There are so many good blushes, and I love to over blush. As we do this more, you're gonna start to see my style, but I really over blush, to be honest, because that's the only way it lasts. Like, I know it's scary at first to like see yourself look like a clown, but people will always ask, how does my blush last? They're like, how do I get more color? And the thing is, unfortunately, most of that answer is either setting it with a very pigmented powder or just putting more on, because especially for colored skin, brown skin in particular, like it's not going to show up as vibrant as it would in paler skin. So you really need to build that color up to get like this amount of blushiness. And I always do set with powder because I love blush. I am 100% a blush person. I have blush blindness all the way through, and I probably will not change. Even when blush goes out, because it definitely will. People will be like, why did we all look like clowns in 2024? I am still going to keep my blush dream. My favorite setting powder is the Lunar Beauty setting powder. It is Manny MUA's brand, if you do not know, and I just think this is probably one of the most like blurring but still like not drying setting powders, and it's also talc free, so like look at all this smoke. That's pretty nice. I always like to put the powder on my back of my hand and then tap the excess. I'll tell you about my first time doing makeup and how I really got into like these hobbies and stuff, because I feel like most people, they would look at me and be like, oh my god, I'm shocked you're that into makeup, because I don't really give off any vibe in terms of like I'm super outgoing. I'm actually a very big introvert. Shocking. I know, I'm not super big on talking. I can be quite shy. So obviously that doesn't necessarily match with the beauty community's portrayal of makeup and influencers and all. So I've shared this story a lot actually because it is my inspiration for this, but I originally started when I was like senior year of high school, and I really hated my mustache area. I wanted to cover it up. I just really felt like it was not an authentic version of me that I was displaying to people, and I really just did not like it. Like I would spend hours and hours like just trying to shave it down to where you couldn't see it, because I don't know why, because it shouldn't bother me, but for some reason that part I really hated it. Another tip, go in with some like mist or setting spray after doing your powder, especially if you have drier skin, because that will help hydrate, and then the powders will have something to stick onto. This one is also Rare Beauty. So now, as I said, I like to set everything with powder. So that includes the cream bronzer, cream blush, and I don't do this every day. It's just kind of if I'm doing like a full face. It's really whatever I'm feeling. I am just a very light dusting of that bronzer. This is the NYX Buttermelt one. So good, but so pigmented. I have to be careful with it. But as I was saying, I really did not like that feature on myself. I was always just very self-conscious about it. And yeah, I mean, that's why I was kind of like learning how can I cover this up, and that led me to makeup. It led me to a lot of techniques. I had no idea what they were. They were like, put red lipstick on and then set that with powder, and I was like, what am I doing? But you know, that did kind of lead me to exploring down the makeup rabbit hole, and then I really got down, and then I kind of ordered some products, and then I got into foundation and lip stuff and all of that, and before I knew it, I was like doing my makeup every day and trying to get better, and it was a rough patch. It was not easy at first. I'm gonna go with the Pat McGrath Divine Blush and Glow palette. It's not necessarily my favorite formula, but I just really wanted to use it, which you'll find I kind of just do what I want. A lot of people be like, you should do this, you should do this. I'm kind of a person who it's like, if I want to do it, especially when it comes to how I look, I'm just gonna go in and do it, and other people can live with it. And that comes from a lot of self-confidence building. My first time I ever used like foundation, I got a very orange shade, which you can ask my sister, my parents, friends, anyone, they will all tell you it was a very orange shade. I looked like Oopa Loopa orange. And also, like, I didn't know what I was doing. No one really teaches you, so that's why on this channel I am gonna do a step-by-step tutorial for like kind of a makeup for dummies thing. Not calling anyone dummies because I was dummy too, but I really just, it was hard. No one really teaches you what to do, and even just looking at the products is very difficult. So that was my first experience. I looked terrible. I go back to pictures sometimes and I'm like, oh my god, I get like secondhand embarrassment that I went out of the house looking like that, which shouldn't matter, but it was just like, some of them were bad. Like, they were really, really bad. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with House Labs in the shade Pink Amethyst. It's not my favorite. I have ones I actually even like better, even though this one's amazing, but I just wanted to use it because I love the color so much. I mean, I've worked at Ulta, I've worked at Sephora, I've gotten super into the beauty industry, so now looking back, like, however many years later, oh god, that makes me feel old. But looking back however many years later, I feel very, very accomplished in how I've been able to kind of get into the beauty industry and how I've been able to get better at my makeup, and now I'm doing makeup on people, and now I'm helping people with it, and it's just, it feels very surreal, but it also feels like, not to sound too cocky, but it feels like I've earned it because I have taught myself, self-taught all of these strategies I've learned from social media and all that stuff, and it's not been easy. It's been a lot of work. Also, just so y'all know what you can expect on this channel, this is natural. For me, like, I will probably do even more natural than this, but in my view, this is natural. This is a natural makeup day. It's not too heavy. You'll see how much full coverage I could go and how I can literally change my appearance to where you won't recognize me. It's kind of like Taylor Swift's Mirror Ball song. I would play it on here, but unlike TikTok, YouTube will copyright me and this video will get taken down. Yeah. This is kind of like my standard look, a little bit of blush, a lot of highlighter, kind of like the Sabrina Carpenter cheek. I can go more dramatic with blush, or if I'm feeling it, maybe actually I'll go in with a little bit more, just to bring some color to the cheek. But this is normally kind of like, if I don't want to put any effort in, this is the look I will do. I've gone even more bronzy, I've done even more blush, believe it or not, and I've done less. It's just, I really am super versatile with my makeup, and again, I kind of do whatever. With NYX face glue. This is a really good one. It's actually not my favorite, but I don't have any of my favorites with me. I do love the Milani one, which I was just using in a video and I put it away somewhere. So that one's really good. Charlotte Tilbury is good, but it's discontinued right now. One Size is very good. Those are probably my 3 holy grails, but there's also some really good ones. So, as I said, pretty new to YouTube, first video I've done, and I did the eye look with the Urban Decay Space Dust Moon palette. I did House Labs mascara. I didn't actually do anything on the brows, and then I used Charlotte Tilbury lip liner and Dolly Beauty lipstick, as well as a lip gloss. And I said I always like to have a lip gloss and a little bit of shimmer. That's my personality. Not much on the natural makeup. I can do it, I just don't prefer to, but YouTube actually cut off all of that filming for that part, which is like 15 minutes. So that's kind of annoying. I really do like lip gloss. Very, very much. I don't like matte lipstick. I've done them before. I still prefer to. And I will do stuff with my brows. You'll see that in later videos. But I think y'all will really get my style of makeup as we keep doing this, which is more highlighter, glowy. Kind of just brings me more joy to have more fun with it. And I do like to play around with colors. One thing I was very, very open about on my TikTok channel is always having people comment if they want, or if they have a request for any new products they want to see, or any new look ideas, or any video ideas. I always read my comments. I'll go through and I will try my best to get those products and review them if y'all want. And yeah, I really just like to interact with people. I'm definitely more of like, you know, I don't want to be like that person who's like just post the videos and expects everyone to like and comment them, because I want to actually get to know people and build somewhat of a community. But yeah, I don't know how much it cut out, which is so crazy annoying, but this was kind of like the finished face. This is like my go-to kind of more natural look. I know, natural's crazy. But yeah, I love pink. I love blues, all of that. I do like gold and shimmers and silvers and whatever other color I'm forgetting. The only color you're probably not seeing me wear very often is yellow. I really don't like yellow that much. But I do post short form content like once a day. I try to, probably more than one video each day. And I'm gonna do that on YouTube Shorts and Reels. It's just 60 seconds, it's not a lot of time. But I am gonna try to post on here like 2 to 3 times a week. So if y'all want to subscribe, that would be very nice. I'm gonna drink some coffee because it is like 9 in the morning. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It would really mean a lot if y'all subscribe, oh my God. subscribe here. I will see y'all later. Also, Instagram, TikTok, great place if you want to follow me there. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if it cut out anything else, let me know. I will comment. I'll also link all the products I used in here. I don't have any affiliate code links yet. Is the keyword there. I'm working on it still, but yeah, nothing's like commission or anything. If you just want to check them out, you can go there. And yeah, I hope to see y'all later.